just do know you're looking fine. Yeah, right. That's what Thank you. I do it for you. You look real hot. I do it for you. Okay. TJ Squad back with another video. And today is what? Serious Talk Wednesdays. I almost said Tuesday.
Me too. I was gonna say Tuesday. Serious Talk Wednesday.
But I know you guys missed us. I know we have been missing for like about 3 weeks.
Yeah,
We ain't doing like 3 or 4 weeks.
3 weeks.
Probably a whole month, child.
We got a lot of content that we were doing. You know, a lot of videos that we were doing in between. A lot of vlogs and stuff. Lay around for this coming.
Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. We got a new video that is out. The fart spray prank that I did on Travis. So make sure y'all check out that video. Why look like we looking down?
That video was crazy.
I'm sorry, we look like our eyes are down, huh?
Yeah, it looked like my eyes
are down.
Because
is the camera the other way? And I got it the wrong way. Y'all been missing the two T's, but it's a little business, a little busy.
Yeah, a little busy.
And you know.
You know what? I tell you.
He been doing the most. I tell you. Today is about parenting. That was highly requested from the last time, as we remember. So we're just gonna go with some parenting questions. We're gonna see what it is. We're gonna do what it does, and just know when you're a parent, it does not come with a handbook. So don't think we know it all, because we don't know it all. We still learning. Still learning. We have a teenager and we have a semi-toddler that got out of toddler steps.
Yeah.
So,
elementary school.
Exactly. So don't think we know it all, right, babe?
Yep. And thank you guys for the questions that you sent to us. We got some questions that I know there's some questions of concern, and you want to hear our point of view with the questions. We're not professionals. We just stating our opinion and experience that we've been going through, and maybe our answers can help you guys out. You know, sometimes you might not have an answer to it. But if y'all want to chime in on any questions, if y'all want to chime in like ask any question that we ask on the TJ Squad, just send it in a comment below if you want to add more to it, if you agree or disagree, so we can all learn, because you might know something that I might not know, and you want to help us out, you know? So just put it down in the comment section, man. You know, communicate with us.
We love it. Real fine. My first question: what age should you allow your child to have a boyfriend or a girlfriend? What is the appropriate age that you should allow your child to have a boyfriend or girlfriend, significant other? And I'll let you answer first, right? Then I answer. Yeah.
When you feel like your child is at a mature level, like maturity, you see the growth, you see the maturity of your son or your daughter, and you can start slowly.
Well, that's a hard question for you or something?
Yeah, because I got a daughter, man. You know, I got a teenage daughter, so and she like boys. You know, that's how it is. So I as a parent, as a dad, you know, I have to look at her maturity level. Once her maturity level, I feel like she's mature enough to have a boyfriend, meaning that her grades gotta be good, all her priorities
have to be in order.
Before she even before she even entertain or they entertain some guy, or like Jason with some girl. Make sure their grades are on point. Make sure they're doing what they're supposed to do in school. Make sure they're doing what they're supposed to do in the house, chores, everything, and maturity in them. They're growing. They're maturing. Okay. So you can start like, I guess, coordinating, because I don't like that boyfriend and girlfriend stuff in high school. Friend type stuff, you go at a control setting, go to the movies at a control setting, stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? But,
okay, well, as far as for me, I don't think it's really, it is an age. I'm not gonna, it is an age, but
yeah,
I can't give you an age, you know what I'm saying? So, as far as for me, we have a teenager now. We have a 15-year-old, so It's never age for me like, okay, Jay, you're 15, you got a boyfriend now. Okay, it all depends on how mature my child is. They have to be mature, and they can be mature in middle school, but no, I feel like high school and a maturity level, and if they're able to handle balance things, because when once your child in a relationship, it's become feelings and attitudes and stuff like that. So I don't have a like appropriate age. I just know that if my child is mature enough, she probably can have a friend. I would prefer her not to have a boyfriend because it kind of mess up a lot of things when you're in high school, because your emotions played all over the place, and I really don't feel like no little boy in high school is good enough for my baby.
No boy, period. But, it's good enough for my child. But if you want to go ahead and try, go ahead. If you want to go ahead and try, then
myself and let my child know. Like when I was younger, I had a boyfriend. I had a boyfriend when I was like 16. I think about 16. I'm probably 15. I had a boyfriend, a high school boyfriend. So I try not to like close her off to be like, oh no, you can't have no boyfriend. But we just let Jay know, hey, start off as friends. Start off as friends. Get to know people. You know what I'm saying? We're very open to getting to know people because that's what she's supposed to like. I think it's a maturity age. And I'm quite sure everybody had a boyfriend in high school. If you didn't, you didn't. But a majority of people had boyfriends and girlfriends in high school. It's just not talked about as much. That's my answer.
Do you think parenting has changed throughout the ages?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, parenting has definitely changed because some parents do now and to what parents did back then, it's a lot of stuff that I couldn't definitely get away with my mom. And I think, okay, so I'm going to just say it like this. Back then, parents were more stern, focused on their kids than me. And it was more like respectful. Kids was more respectful towards their parents. Mm-hmm. This age, teenager and kids now and parenting now, more parents want to be down with their kids. They feel like it's okay to be down with their kids and fit in and be down with their friends and being the best parent by agreeing with everything they do. And it's just a lot of stuff that is done now wouldn't be allowed back then. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's totally different. We can put I feel like both can learn something from both because we all have our eras. Because back then parenting, some kids went astray because of what their parents used to do, and some kids now go astray. But if they can take something from either one, I think it'll be a good blend.
Yeah, parenting definitely changed throughout the ages because you gotta understand, back then we had a phone and your mom can eavesdrop on the phone call. Nowadays
the house phone.
The house phone. The house phone. See, that's how long we ain't had no house phone. Landlines. They call them landlines. But nowadays it's social media, it's cell phones, it's computers, and as a parent, you have to. I know you want to still I like to still the old morals and values that I was taught to my children, but at the same time, I need to. We step up our game and put our updated morals and values of now because of the tech. If you're not hip with your kids, if you're not up with technology, and you're not up with the times, then you're gonna get straight behind because these kids move like popcorn.
Yeah.
Like this era of kids are microwave. One day they want something, and the next thing you know, it's something else. On the wayside, you see it right now. You see these kids fall on the wayside. You got kids right now that worship their friends and their parents.
Yeah.
Like if you notice, like they'll go hard for somebody that's dead.
Yeah.
Then go hard for their mom or go hard for their dad.
And that's
that's part of growing up too. That's part of as a parent, we can't. Well, I don't know if that's another question, but as a parent, we have to be parents, not their friends. I tell my kids all the time, I'm not your friend, I'm your dad.
Yeah.
And me the same way, I'm not your friend, I'm your mom. We may laugh and have fun, but you gotta understand, it's a boundary right there. You're not my dog. You my son, you my daughter. So
next question is, what age parents should talk to their kids about the birds and the bees? What is the appropriate age that you should talk to your child about the birds and bees?
Yeah, once again, that goes back to the question that I asked about the times that change throughout the ages, right? Parenting. Because, like I say, it's social media out here, it's these smartphones out here that expose these children to things, even cartoons. The cartoons now are exposing the kids. Back then, they did do subliminal things, I ain't gonna lie, when, back then, but it's so blunt right now. So, my thing is, once your child got exposed to that situation by accident or seeing stuff because of the way society is, that's when you need to talk to them about the birds. You see the signs, pay attention to your children. When you see the signs and you see that where it's going at, talk to them about the birds and the bees. Whenever you feel like they got exposed to that.
All right.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that was a lot. Like,
That's a lot.
You just said a lot.
Yeah, that was a lot.
Hey, I guess that was a couple of Wednesdays you missed.
Yeah.
I don't think it's appropriate age. No more.
No more.
It's no more. Especially with the kids that we're dealing with now. It's not really an appropriate age right now. I would think, honestly, me personally, I would look for the maturity of my kid to see if they have some understanding of it. Now, however, I do agree with you with the being exposed, because a lot of kids, even if they don't have social media, their friends have social media. They can look on their friend's device or whatnot, but they have a phone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so I feel like once the child is, you notice the child is getting a little mature and you watching the way how they growing up a little bit, I think it's a good time, appropriate time to talk to them about it, because I know back in the days that didn't happen a lot. As far as our child, I think we talked to Jay when she was probably 11. If I'm not mistaken. She probably was 10, if I'm not mistaken. Because we felt that was the necessary time to talk to her about, so she could get a better understanding. Because I'd rather for her to learn from us than learn from the street. In the street, they gonna give it to her, raw and blunt and stuff like that. We gonna try to, but I think it's not appropriate age. It's just when your child a little mature about it. When you see them developing, you're like, okay, yeah.
A lot of these children, you just don't like. I know y'all probably see it through Facebook and Instagram and things like that. A lot of these kids are exposed to a lot of stuff from their parents from their parents. I remember back in the days when my aunties and my mom them had house parties, we was in the room, door locked in the room, and dare not to come out that door. We hear them, but we don't see the stuff. But then I look on my stories and see like parties, house parties with kids walking around and the grown people drinking, smoking, twerking, and the kids just walking around, little fires, just walking around, being exposed to this stuff.
Yeah.
So you have to be careful with that. Yeah. If you, I'm on fire today, y'all.
I'm on fire today, and I'm over here. Go ahead, man.
What would you do different from your parents?
That's a good question. Like, what would I do different from what my parents did to what I'm doing with my child now?
Yeah, what would you do differently from your parents?
This is a hard one, because I feel like my mom did a pretty good job, but what I would say, I feel like I feel like what I would do different, my mom ain't really taught us about the birds and bees. So definitely that's something different that I did with Jade. So definitely I communicate more with Jade about it. My mom ain't do that. Like, she ain't really like taught us about birds and bees and stuff like that. She ain't really like introduced us to that. Probably because it was at a slower pace. But that's what I do different. And as you see, we do that. We do that different with Jade. We talk to her a lot. We try to communicate with her a lot. We try to understand how her feelings are. We try to understand that. But I think how our parents were raised, they was raised totally different. So it's like, you don't dare talk about stuff like that when you're young. So I have already did different for what my mom back then. I already did it.
It's a lot of. I mean, my mom did a great job raising me, as you can see. I see that I'm. But differently. I ain't think that through.
Like I said, I had growing up, my mom and my dad was in the house, so
yeah,
it's like the only thing I do, they ain't communicate a lot with me.
Oh.
Yeah, there was not like a lot of like talking about sex and all that. It was not that. It was not that.
Differently than that. Because I was raised in a single parent home, single parent home. What I'll do differently, I can't think of nothing.
Well,
I'm trying to think of a lot of stuff. What I'll do differently is my mom to be a little bit more tough on me.
Okay.
Like just be a little bit more strict.
Okay. So you feel like you just had like a lot of leeway.
Too much leeway.
So that's what you do. You doing different with your child, like being tougher, a little tougher.
Yeah, a little tough. My mom like boys be boys.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But free.
Yeah, but then that probably stems from my father wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? So at that time, so my mom probably was just like, hey, boys be boys, because I was raised with a whole bunch of it was a whole bunch of women in the house, a whole bunch of women, my auntie, cousins, my mom, my sister, so there was a bunch of females. So my last thing my mom I felt like my mom wanted to do was cuff me as a boy then.
Oh, okay.
You feel what I'm saying?
That makes sense though. That definitely makes sense.
So I was kind of like a little, go out there, but don't get in trouble. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I can get in trouble.
Yeah.
But then
I had opportunity
to
get in trouble.
I had opportunity to really get in trouble.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But
so that's something different.
Yeah.
You're saying that you would do.
Yeah. And all in all, like I do differently to keep us in the house together.
Yeah.
That's basically that what I do.
Okay, that's good. That was good. Because I mean, you had to think about it, but
Yeah,
that's actually a good one because you was raised with a lot of girls around you. Of course, that's one thing you want. Why would you want to keep your son in the house and do all these doggone things? But then another thing, they could have got in trouble if they wasn't that mature kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank God for
same
sports.
thing. My mom, just saying, my mama when they ain't talk about the birds and bees, but thank God I wasn't.
Yeah.
Just trying to be curious and stuff. How do you handle toxic co-parenting? How do you handle toxic co-parenting? I know a lot of people are dealing with that. So, how do you handle toxic co-parenting?
Somebody got to go. Because if you're toxic, it's no communication.
Yeah.
And then if you're toxic, you're not willing to go and get a mediation. So once it get toxic, you ain't got no choice but to go to the system. That's how I feel like. Once it get to the point that it's toxic, it's no compromising on both sides. You ain't trying to mediate, get a mediator in there, like somebody that's not biased between y'all, and it's not going nowhere. It's that toxic. It's time to go to the system. It's time to go to the system. And when it comes to the parenting.
Okay, so for me, thank God, I can't say that I'm speaking from experience, but I
hate to say
I will hope to think if you're dealing with toxic co-parenting, that means most likely you guys are split up. It's the kid in two different homes, the mom home and the dad home, and one parent is most likely being toxic to the point that it's just like, crashing. I feel like you can't change the other parent mind, especially if it's toxic. So if you already went a part of the court way, which I'm not a fan of. I'm not a fan of it, but if you already went that route and it's continued to be toxic, you can only control what's in your home. That's how I feel. You can only control what's in your home. So let's just say, for instance, if that parent over there being toxic, just having your child around stuff, the child has been exposed to all type of stuff at that parent house, you can only handle what's in your house. So what you can do as a parent is still good morals in your child. Just like we supposed to instill God in our child. We're supposed to instill the word of God in our child. So when they do go astray, they know how to come back. So do the same thing. Instill those morals into your child. Let them know, hey, this is wrong. I just let them know things like this is, what you don't supposed to see. But unfortunately, due to, I can't control the situation with your dad or with your mom, most likely you're gonna be exposed to it, but that's not the right thing to do. I just feel like as that parent, you may have to be a little bit more harder on your child when it comes to morals and discipline. So when they go over there, they'll know, oh, my mama taught me this. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying you can't control what's in that toxic parent home, which is, I ain't gonna lie, which I would want to keep my child away, but you can't. You know what I'm saying? You can't keep the child away. They need a father as much as they need a mother. So I guess upgrade your system in your home to help your child out. So when they do go out the house that that has more morals, they'll be able to be firm in the house that's toxic. That being said, guys, that's our opinions about it. I do have a bonus question that we both can answer. Let me see what it is. Okay, so now this is a good one. Bo, don't take 2 hours on this question.
Note to me, please do not take 2 hours on this question.
Why is it okay for boys to be pushed in relationships instead of girls? Meaning, like, if you got a 15-year-old daughter and you got a 16-year-old son, more parents be more likely like, yeah, my son talking to all them girls. Yeah, he okay, child. He need to talk to girls. And your daughter, you be looking like, oh no, she can't talk to nobody. She better be out there doing that. Or your son can be this way and your daughter can be this way. Why is it okay? Like, I've been seeing that a lot with a lot of kids and a lot of parents. Like, it's okay to push that child out, but leave this child in there. It's like, what they call it?
Being biased?
Being biased, and also it's another thing that they call it too, like, they being, I forgot the word. Okay, like, why it's okay? Why it's okay to be like, yeah, my son better have it. Like, they pushing them to birds and the bees. They pushing them to relationships. Like, he better.
That's immature thinking. That's immature thinking. That's the way I used to think back in the days. My mama never thought that way. Parents, some females, and some guys that ain't know no better. But when you know better, you grow, you do better. Because I only can speak for myself. And I got a couple homeboys that was in the same situation with me growing up that could contest to this because they got kids too. And the way we was raised, that you had to have, like growing up in the hood, that you had to have multiple girls and all this and that, and then make you a man and blah blah. Really, really don't.
They don't.
But when you grow and you got a significant other, you married and you got a significant other that you be with, you teach your children different. I'm not gonna teach my son that. I'm not gonna teach my son, go to girl. I'm not pushing my son on nobody, on no female, no nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna do that. And same, the way I treat my daughter is the same exact way I'm gonna treat my son when it comes to when he start dating girls and stuff like that. We gotta break that cycle. Because right now you got these females idolizing people that so-called chasing the bag. Like we need more like that Lauryn Hill type era, because we missing that. You know what I'm saying? How you was raised, like it was how you was grew up, and you still got that same mindset you growed up. Some people, some guys never growed up. They still try to act like jits, man. I'm a grown. Let me tell you something. I'm a grown man. When I speak, a woman gonna listen in a good way.
Yeah, it is something back in the days they did, because if a guy wasn't doing that, he wasn't like man enough. If he ain't doing that, they consider him. I'm not gonna say it, but they consider him with sugar. Like, weak, or he ain't talking to a lot of girls. What he like, you know what I'm saying? So they kind of push them like, yeah, talking to all them girls and all that and da 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 da. And I understand why they didn't push the girls out there, because women are held at such a high standard till we don't need to be dipping and diving.
Yeah,
which guys don't?
But who they talking to?
Sir.
But who's pushing the girls out there? Think about it.
Well, nowadays you see some women are pushing their girls out there. Some
it's vice versa now. Now it's vice versa. Like,
some women are pushing their girls out there. Yeah.
Go get that bag. Go get that bag.
Exposure. Some of the music that's really exposing the kids.
Yeah.
But it was okay back then, because like I said, if a guy at a certain age ain't out there you know, talking to all these girls, the parent thinking they gonna be, you know, they gonna have sugar in their tank. That's why I was more pushed out with boys, which is not true. If your child right now today, it's a lot of kids that really not too interested in like being in a relationship right now, and that's okay. That is okay.
It's okay.
You know, as a male or female, it's okay. You will have your time to date somebody. But yeah, I just feel like that's just a dumb rule, and I still stand on that. That's a dumb rule. I pray to God, because you know we're not perfect parents, but I pray to God that I don't push my son out like that. I don't want him to just be talking to any, mini, mighty, mo, and got this girl over here coming to my house. I don't want that. I want good for both of my kids. I have a boy and a girl. I want both of them the same age Jade is. I want to be like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, slowly for surely, not pushing like, oh, you talking to all these girls? Oh, okay. No.
I got kind of slow. Like my son, man, I'm telling you, Jit, you can tell we from Florida. Jit be flirting. I want my son to be raised. Yeah. I mean, to grow up different from how I grew up, cause man,
it was so push for boys. Like talk to that girl. It was so push.
And it was other.
Oh, my son ain't nowadays. My son ain't got no cheeks. What? Like you really want your son to be like out here? We ain't finna go all into this, but I can see it's going somewhere else. So, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys come and like and subscribe. This was a fabulous, sir. This was a fabulous Serious Talk Wednesday. So make sure you guys come and like and subscribe. Make sure you guys drop down in the comment box below if you can add on what we said, or you got something different, you got a different opinion, that will be fine, because you know parenting does not come with a rule book. It does not come with rules. It does not come with a paper. It does not come with a certificate, which it should have.
It should.
That's all we do.
Parenting 101.
Most of all, I want to add this. With parenting, please, and I'm going to just say this, and I just want to add this, and we can go. Please apply God in your parenting. Please apply God in your parenting. Please instill the word of God in your parenting. Because anything connected to Jesus, shout out to Jesus. Anything connected to God, I'm telling you, it's gonna sell. It's gonna sell. You may have a little bumps, but it's gonna sell. So connect your kids with the word of God. Connect yourself with the word of God, so you'll be able to instill that in your kids. But
wait. And I got another. Just look in the mirror and ask yourself, what would TJ Squad do?